Are you thinking of going to Alaska, but can't decide between which Royal Caribbean ship to go on? Whether it be the beautiful Ovation of the Seas or its twin sister ship, the Quantum of the Seas, this video will give you a quick review of which ship to go on and which itinerary to take as well. Here we go. Hey everyone, it's John with Cruising with JT, and hope you're all doing well. I've been on Ovation of the Seas and Quantum of the Seas 5 times, and I'm really excited to give you a quick breakdown of which ship to go on along with the itinerary. As you guys know, Quantum of the Seas was the original Quantum class ship, which offered the first at sea of like many things like bumper cars, which you can see here. And of course, both of these experiences are offered on both the Quantum and the Ovation of the Seas, and it's given to you at no charge, so definitely take advantage of it, of course. And also you have the iFly skydiving as well. Both ships do offer this on board at no charge, depending on when you actually go. So the thing with the Quantum of the Seas and Ovation of the Seas is there's a lot of similarities. These ships are 95% the same, if not a little bit more. They have very similar locations like nightly entertainment at the pub. You saw the iFly skydiving, the bumper cars. They both have 270, which offers spectacular shows, technologically advanced presentations, amazing performances here, which I'll talk more about as we go on as well. But both of these ships are phenomenal. It's really going to come down to a couple of things. As you can see here, this is the Royal Esplanade. Most of the ships on Royal Caribbean have the Royal Promenade, but Quantum class, of course, was the first ship to have the Royal Esplanade. And it's a little bit of a different setup, but still very cool. Nice layout. It's got your shops, it's got your cafes, it's got some of your lively entertainment at night. Of course, it has the bionic bar. This is actually the bionic bar robots on Ovation of the Seas, and what you'll see here in just a bit is the original robots that were on the Quantum of the Seas. And of course, they were the first ones to come to kind of really set the trend. And as you can see here, they are the original ones, kind of shaking it up and dancing a little bit. But the thing with Quantum of the Seas and Ovation of the Seas, again, very similar ships. The shows and the experiences that you'll see along with the food is a little bit different. Now, of course, what you're seeing here is the Sorrento's pizza, again, delicious on both ships. I had it every night, and I'm sure you will enjoy it as well. It's all the same, really, from that standpoint. The food at the main dining rooms or specialty restaurants. Here, of course, we have an Indian dish, which you can special order at the main dining room. Very delicious. The food quality was amazing on both ships. So you can't go wrong there. Ovation of the Seas is a little bit newer than Quantum of the Seas, just something to keep in mind. Quantum of the Seas came out, I believe, in 2015 or 2016. One of the differences you'll notice about the ships is, of course, well, they both have a rock climbing wall, which is pretty cool, right? But you'll notice that a lot of the Quantum class ships, like Quantum of the Seas, Ovation of the Seas, even Anthem of the Seas, and Spectrum of the Seas, and Odyssey of the Seas, have these different animals, right? So here, this is on Ovation of the Seas. You have this mama and baby panda looking at each other, and this is actually called Pandemonium, right? So this is on Ovation of the Seas. And again, Ovation of the Seas did originally start in Australia. And of course, on Quantum of the Seas, you have this pink bear, which is Felicia the bear. So some other differences that are noticeable on both of these ships. But another big thing I noticed was on the pool deck, right? On the pool deck, you'll notice here, of course, there's a heated pool up to Alaska. They have the North Star. They have the Sky Bar. They both have the North Star operating along with the North Star Bar. But one big thing I noticed that was different was the kids area. And you'll see here, this is on Ovation of the Seas. They actually have a dedicated slide area and just more of a play zone for the kids. Whereas on Quantum of the Seas, they only had like a wave pool, so no slides or anything like that. The solarium is very similar on both of the ships. What you're seeing here is, of course, on Ovation of the Seas, but again, very similar in my opinion. There's loungers, there's pools, there's hot tubs, but again, this is probably one of the best solariums, I think, in the fleet. I really enjoyed my time here, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it on either ship. The thing with Quantum and Ovation is they really made a big they hit a home run. And when it comes to the demand for Royal Caribbean cruises to Alaska, it was so popular when Ovation of the Seas came to Seattle. They actually brought Quantum of the Seas over as well because they knew the demand would be so high for these types of ships going to this area of the world, right? I mean, look how beautiful this is. Can you imagine like going in a solarium and having your floor to ceiling windows and seeing these amazing icebergs ahead? And of course, you have Dawes Glacier here, right? So from that standpoint, the ships are amazing. You're gonna love seeing both of these these amazing experiences. Now, of course, in terms of shows, this is actually Pixels Cabaret on Ovation of the Seas. I did believe that the Pixels Cabaret show, which is the main production show in 270, was much better than the Star Water show, which was on Quantum of the Seas, which is what you'll see here. So, Star Water was okay, but it was nothing like Pixels Cabaret on Ovation of the Seas. Still a great show to check out, but again, I would definitely rank Pixels Cabaret more. And of course, here, Sequins and Feathers on Quantum of the Seas was phenomenal, so I really like this show. And of course, on Ovation of the Seas, which you'll see in just a second, they had this amazing production show called The Beautiful Dream, right? So from a show standpoint, I would give slight edge to Ovation of the Seas, but again, Quantum of the Seas shows were pretty great as well. Dining experiences, I would say they're equal from a kid's experiences, and overall, choices. There was probably more for the children on Ovation of the Seas, along with Things to Do in Adventure Ocean. And of course, you have the, common experiences here. You have the 70s disco inferno party on both the ships, but you can't really go wrong with either ship. It's really gonna come down to the itinerary, the specific ports. Of course, here we have amazing Las Vegas Tenors, which are special production shows. So really, really great. All these amazing folks. And we got to talk about the ports on your Alaska itinerary. And one of my favorite ports in my 7 cruises to Alaska has actually been Icy Strait Point. It's a cute little port, beautiful views, beautiful water experiences, and I just can't talk enough more about the views. It's really something, as you'll see here in just a second. You can go whale watching. They have this amazing zip line experience. They have a tram that goes up very, very high that offers spectacular views of the ship. So if you can get Icy Strait Point on your itinerary, I highly recommend it because you're going to be just wowed by a lot of the experiences. And of course, when we went in July 2022, we saw a whale, right? It was really cool. No excursion. We were just at the port on land, and we saw this amazing humpback whale, I believe, just, having a good time and putting on a show for us. So it was really, really cool to see this experience at Icy Strait Point. This was our 2nd time there, and we really, really loved it, and I'd love to go back again. And of course, another port that I highly recommend, and I know it's had some challenges this summer of 2022 with some of the rock slides, but it's Skagway, Alaska, right? So a very, very popular port. Before 2022 and the rock slides, it's been one of the most in-demand ports just because of this experience that you're seeing right here, right? The White Pass Scenic Railway experience. Basically, you get on a train and you go up about 3,000 feet in elevation with spectacular views that you can't really get anywhere else. I mean, it's really phenomenal. This was my 2nd time doing this, and I highly recommend Skagway if you're able to go, and definitely booking this excursion. It's totally worth it. Trust me, you will love this experience. Like I just can't express how amazing this experience was. And of course, another beautiful thing about Skagway is if you get lucky enough and have an amazing weather day, the colors of the water and the mountains with the snow are really, really going to come out. So you're going to have an amazing time if you are able to visit Skagway on your Alaska cruise. Now, of course, there's other ports that Alaska offers as well. We talked about Icy Strait Point. Skagway, again, is very, very popular. But of course, the capital of Alaska is, of course, Juneau. And here you can see here from our July 2022 cruise, we went up the Mount Roberts Tramway experience. If you are not scared of heights, I definitely recommend this. You go about 1,800 feet high in elevation, and the views are phenomenal. I mean, I can't express how amazing this location is. And again, we got very, very lucky with weather back in July of 2022. And, if you get clear skies, just look at the views and what you can see from a far distance, the colors, everything just really, really pops out. And of course, our ship Quantum of the Seas is right there on the right. And of course, you'll see here at the top of the tramway, these are the views that you can expect. Look at those snow-capped mountains. Look at that watercolor. Look at the town down there. I mean, it's phenomenal. So Juneau, Alaska, it's going to be on most of your itineraries. But again, it's definitely something that you want to take advantage of. You can do this excursion, the tramway, or you can go to the Mendenhall Glacier and whale watching as well. We really love it. Of course, the highlight of an Alaska cruise is Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier, which you saw earlier in the video. This is us cruising through Endicott Arm. Hopefully the weather and everything is good. Of course, just like Alaska, there's no guarantees with the weather, but hopefully you're lucky enough and you get to experience amazing weather and see these beautiful views. But I definitely recommend, going to Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier as one of your Alaska experiences. So we loved it. Seeing the iceberg floating by was absolutely amazing. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to itinerary, pricing, the ports they visit, and your pricing during the time of year during Alaska. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a breakdown of the differences between the ships. Either way, you cannot go wrong with Quantum of the Seas or Ovation of the Seas to Alaska. But again, I definitely recommend going to Alaska on either of these beautiful ships.